character.
Woke up at 11 o'clock, I ain't got no job, what the hell should I do today? This feel like some I don't give a fuck, oh my god, shut the fuck up, I ain't hearing what you gotta say. What the deal, how you feel, not important. All I'm thinking about is riding in these Porsches, but don't be coming at me with that horse shit. Acting like you know me, that's the worst shit. I know in my soul, like this fucking cold.
What is up, you guys? It's Danielle and welcome back to my channel. So today we're starting this new series on my channel called Spilling the Tequila, where I talk about something important. I'm either drinking tea or tequila. It's 11 a.m. right now, so I'm starting with some tea. Maybe I'll take a shot after I'm done filming this video. But this will be like a recurring segment, like every 2 or 3 weeks, where I just talk about things that are important to me while having a casual conversation with you, because I think it's really important that not only do I use this platform for you guys to like see me have fun and live my life and like figure out what's going on, but also just like have a conversation and talk to people and figuring shit out together, because that's the whole point. I have my computer in front of me because I have some notes, because I realized that when I talk about things, like, yes, this is gonna be like totally stream of consciousness, just me blurting shit out. We're sharing a cup of tea, living our best lives, but I also want to be able to like actually think about what I'm going to be sharing with you guys and not just be completely off the cuff, because I know myself and I know I get sometimes a little off the handle or ramble like I am right now. So before we begin, this is my mug. My sister gave it to me as a hand-me-down. It's like a play on like the New York mugs that you get like off the street, like not the mugs but like the coffee cups. I'm drinking rooibos tea from South Africa. I don't know if that's how you say it, like with an American accent. I don't know how you say it, but that's how everyone in South Africa said it, or I'm butchering it, but whatever. I did 1 scoop of sugar and some almond milk because lactose intolerance, baby. I'm also so sleep deprived this week from my entire birthday weekend, New York Fashion Week, jury duty. So tea before tequila, because you've seen me drink enough tequila on this channel already. So cheers. And let's talk about what 22 years of being alive has taught me. Now, as you guys will see, it's not up yet while I'm filming this, but it will be up by the time probably this goes up. I just turned 22, and what you guys don't know, or what you haven't seen, is the past 22 years of my life, which have been fun, amazing, and really effing hard. So these are 13 things that I have realized over the past 22 years, and probably more over the past like 8, because obviously for the 22, when I say 8, whatever, over the past before me being like 13, I was still growing up and still learning, but I feel like I kind of really came into myself and I came into a person in high school and college, and so now I'm going to share with you the 13 things I've learned since being 22. Also 13s are lucky number, and I'm filming this on Friday the 13th, so cheers to 13. So the first lesson that I learned was you can always be the nicest person in the room. And I know this is really hard, and like I'm a huge bitch, but don't be the bitchiest person in the room. Like, just don't. You can become the bitchiest person in the room, or you can command attention, or you can be the boss, or you can assert yourself, but at the end of the day you always have to be the nicest. So even if you're in a leadership position or just an intern like I am now, being the nicest person in the room really gets you far, really gets you compliments, and that's something that you can control, because you can't control anyone else but yourself. So that's 1. 2, sex could mean as little or as much as you want it to mean, and just know yourself so that you can decide whether or not you're a type of person who likes to have one-night stands or likes to be in a committed sexual relationship. Now, you're like, whoa, you just went from being the nicest person in the room to talking about sex. Yes, I did. Why? Because I think it's important. I have a lot of friends who like to hook up with people, and I have a lot of friends who like to be in relationships, and that is fine. It doesn't matter. But you can't judge someone else's tracks, And you can't force people to add meaning to sex or take away meaning from sex. People are going to do what they want to do. Just know yourself so that you can do what you want to do and you don't feel pressured to do anything that you don't want to. Cheers to that, bitches. And you remember, you can always say no, and you don't have to say no if you're super drunk. It's still not cool. Number 3 is that law of attraction's a thing, but so is hard work. And so you see all the time, like I think in YouTube videos and stuff, or like even in books or like self-help things, which I read all the time, they always say like you have to put out into the universe what you want and the universe will give it back to you. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but also you have to put the equal amount of effort into it also. It's like when people, I grew up in Catholic school, so everyone was like, oh my God, like pray before a test and stuff like that. But it's like, God's not going to give you the right answers if you didn't effing study. But if you are studying and you're blanking and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm going to try praying real quick and the answer will come to me, maybe that will work. But because you studied, you know, you can't put everything to faith into the universe. You have to take certain things into your control. And I also understand some things aren't in your control. My life isn't in my control. However, I'm not leaving it up to the universe. I'm doing everything that I can and then asking the universe for the bonus. So things that I'm putting out into the universe right now that I'm trying to manifest is a job that I like that will actually pay me money. Being in a loving, amazing relationship as I already am, but continuing to be in that loving, amazing relationship. Being happy. I'm like trying to manifest those things. And then I would try to manifest like more solid things, you know? More solid plans. Like I'm going to get a Jeep one day. However, I can't get a Jeep until I get a license. So that shit I have to do. I have to go get an effing license, you know? So that's number 3. Now 4 is funny, but it's broad. So if you like crystals, use them. If you don't judge the people who do. A lot of people, and now this isn't like crystal specific. I'm someone who likes crystals. I have amethyst, I have rose quartz, I have other ones, clear quartz too, I think. And they could be a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, or they can mean a lot. But essentially, this statement's about spirituality. Let people believe what they want to believe. Whether or not they have a relationship with God, whether or not they have a relationship with science, it doesn't matter. You have to let them be whatever they choose to be, because you can't change their mind about that. Don't change someone's mind about religion, but you can educate everyone. You can be like, this is why I believe this, but I understand why you believe that. Be open to listen. Be open to understand why people trust the universe and don't trust God. Understand why people don't have a spirituality at all. Just open your ears and open your mind, because that's the only way we're going to be able to open our hearts. Ooh, that was deep. Okay, so my next one is like age specific, because you're only 22 for a year. So this one is, you don't have to go out for a night on the town. Just remember, you'll never be able to drink as much or recover from a hangover as well as you can right now. So seize the tequila and drink the tea. But that's the honest truth. I think at the end of college, I was like, or in the middle of college, I was going through like a rough patch in my life. And so I wasn't really going out as much because I was just tired of the scene. But then at the end of college, I was like, I'm never going to be able to do this again. Like, I'm never going to be able to like drink all day and wake up next to one of my best friends in this big house. Like, that's never going to happen again. So you have to seize those kinds of moments where you're young and you're youthful and have the ability to have a blast and be dumb. But you also don't have to go out. You're more than welcome to say no, but don't pressure yourself not to go out because you're forcing yourself to grow up too fast. Have fun and live your life. Don't drive yourself crazy. This one's easy. Tell your mama you love her, okay? Tell your dad if you love him. Just tell people you love them. They need to hear it. You're not going to be around forever, and you're going to regret if you didn't say you loved them when you should have. Just saying. Number 7 is talk to your angels and your demons. Now, I know earlier I was talking about spirituality, but angels and demons can come in many forms. They can be things that you look up to, or people who have passed away, and talk to them. I talk to them all the time. I also talk to my therapist all the time, so. And then also talk to your demons. Talk to the things that changed who you were for the worse. Acknowledge that they happened, and then move on. I think me freshman year, a big thing was that I was like too indulgent in filling a void than I was being myself. So I recognized that, I changed, I moved on, and I still had fun. So just remember that, like, in order for you to grow as a human being, you need to look at the good parts of yourself and also the bad. And then 8, really important, is you have to find a social justice issue that you're like passionate about. Because honestly, like, educate yourself in that social justice issue so you know everything about it. And B, as we get older, I feel like, well, I grew up in a Catholic school, so I was forced to do community service from a very young age, throughout middle school, throughout high school, and then a little in college. But as we get older, we're not forced to do volunteer work as often. And so finding a social justice issue that you're passionate about is a great way to keep yourself involved and keep volunteering, because at the end of the day, one of the main ways you can become a happier person or be a better person is by giving back to others and being altruistic, which, if you're a psych major, you know that altruism is a very hot topic. Because does true altruism exist? That's for another spilling the tequila. That one I'll probably be drunk. But some of my like favorite social justice issues to be I'm really, really passionate about is recycling textiles, because so many textiles are filling our landfills when the textiles are recyclable materials and can be used. So please donate your clothes or give your textiles to a farmer's market, because that's usually where they have like the recycling textiles table. And then another one is reforming the racial prejudiced, racist judicial system that exists. I took a class in college, obviously, because I wouldn't be saying it like that. I didn't. In the Black prison experience, and you just learn how effed up and racist the system has become over the years, stemming from institutionalized slavery. So as the world progresses, you have to just remember the things that you're passionate about, and that will also help you to decide like things like what your political party is, who you want to vote for, and stuff like that. Because if people's passions line up with yours, then you're more likely to like discuss things with them. And if you disagree with me, that's fine, but recycle your textiles and care about other people. Recycle your fucking textiles. Literally, they're filling our landfills, and other things can go there. You know what I mean? Like, when you can reuse a textile, it doesn't make sense to me. Whatever, do what you want. So, number 9 I have is find the people who care about you after the worst experiences in your life. You'll be surprised who's going to be there. So, life has handed me a pile of shit at some points in my life, but has given me the people to clean up the shit with. And I've tried other people, but they've let me down. Does that make sense? So it's just like, the people that you expect to be there may not be there, but people will show their true colors when that happens. Like, my senior year, the entire Fordham football team had my back when I was going through one of the roughest experiences in my life, but the people who I thought were going to be there didn't even show up to any of the events that I was, like, doing. Does that make sense? But, like, all of the football boys that I love so dearly but never thought were, like, close friends all came and supported me. So it just shows, like, who the true colors are and what people matter and who has your back at the end of the day. And don't underestimate that. Like, don't underestimate your relationships with people. Like, people care about you, and even when the closest of your friends don't seem like they do, there are more. So don't forget that. Cheers to that. Thank you, Fordham football. I love you guys. voice forever. I didn't mean to burp after that, but I was talking about the voice, so it makes sense. 10, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm gonna say it again. Everyone needs to go to therapy. Therapy's great. I think the ability to talk to someone about even the smallest things in your life is nice because it takes off the pressure of feeling like you're annoying your friends or pissing off your friends, which I think is important because it's like everyone doesn't want to burden their friends, but like, what gives a fuck? You have to, I don't know, it's finding the relationship with a good friendship and a good therapist, because then you can talk about the little things, so you can vent to your therapist, or like talk about your sadness, or talk about other things without triggering your closest friends, or like without consuming their mental space. And you can find like good cheap counselors, and they don't have to be like private therapy sessions. Like you can go to a grief counselor, you can go to a group counseling process. Like just find the thing that works for you and get out your emotions, because it's not fair to bottle it up. Also, with that said, I think it's important that people reduce the prejudice against medication, because yes, I think a lot of America's over-medicated, but also I think that because a lot of America's over-medicated, the people who need medication might not be getting it because they're deterred from it, and some medications can actually reignite that spark. People just have to figure out whether or not there's a chemical imbalance in their brain, or if they're just having an emotional issue during that time. However, just release your stigmas against other people, other things. There's no need for that. We all just gotta love each other and be nice to each other and talk about our feelings, okay? Okay. Now back to a more fun thing, is that make sure you establish a good skin routine. And I'm gonna tell you why. I never cared about like my hair or my clothes or my hygiene, which is gross, I know, but I care about my effing skin, and it's because I don't wear that much makeup. I think some of that was because I worked for a football team where I'd be sweating so much that I wouldn't want to put on a full face because I'd be outside. Now I work at a fashion studio, so like bare face is in. Like I could like, and I don't want to put on makeup because I'm still waking up early, and like that's not my vibe. I went to class with no makeup on, and I like to work out a lot. So like with all of those factors, makeup is not like a huge thing, and my hair being greasy is like not a huge thing. Do I love my hair being greasy? No, but is that something that I can control? Not really. However, I can control my skin, luckily. Some people can't. Acne's hard, but try to establish a good skin routine, because then A, you're establishing a routine, which is good for you. It's a good thing to practice, especially growing up, and B, when you have a good skin routine, you don't have to worry about taking time out to do makeup. You're not afraid to dance in the rain and have fun and be sweaty and be gross. You can just F things up and live your best life. So establish a good skincare routine, and don't get nervous you have a pimple. Don't be like forcing yourself to cover it up with makeup. No one gives an F. If you want to look good, look good. If you want to wear makeup, wear makeup. If you don't. If you feel more confident wearing makeup, go for it, girl. But don't feel pressure. You know what I mean? Do what makes you feel good. This is also a fun one. So my 12th tip, we're coming to the end of the potty. My 12th tip is to embarrass yourself. Just do it. Be weird. I don't care. I've like spelled things wrong. The only way you can learn but also overcome your insecurities is to literally full on embarrass yourself. Dance in public, do weird shit in public. Like, genuinely, I think I've overcome so many insecurities just by like making a fool of myself and like opening my mouth and not being afraid to say what comes out, not being afraid to spell something wrong in like a text message, like just perpetually not being afraid to do weird shit, because A, like, who gives a fuck? B, no one's looking at you. 3, if they are looking at you, if you crack them a smile and start laughing, they'll start laughing too. And in New York City, if you're doing something weird, there's 1,100% someone doing something weirder. So don't worry, do your thing, girlfriend. Do it. Who cares? Who literally cares? No one. If you did the weird thing and embarrassed yourself while you were drunk and you don't remember it, then you don't care either. Just pretend you don't remember it. Don't be that friend that tells them of all the weird shit that they did the next day, unless it's funny. But if it's gonna make them feel bad, don't tell them. Or do tell them. And then, girl who's listening, don't be upset. It was probably funny. And are you gonna ever see those people again that you embarrass yourself in front of? No. So stop caring. And I think boys think that's cute sometimes when you're like, oh my god. Right? I don't know. Whatever. Never mind. My last tip is, drumroll please. Love yourself, motherfuckers. Love yourself. You gotta find the love for yourself also in the little things about yourself. I used to be insecure about my body type, and I am still. Like, on some days I'm not, some days I am. It happens. Some days I'm insecure about, like, literally the length of my nails or the shape of my head, and I'm like, I cannot change either of those things. But I, like, do love a lot of things also about myself. I'll, like, run around and be like, oh my god, I'm so nice, I'm so cute, like, and that's important. Like, I love the way that these jeans fit on me, and people probably think these jeans are so fucking ugly. I think they're so comfortable. They're from Zara. They're so nice. I love them, but I love the way they fit on me. I love the way that I am nice to other people. I love the way that I can also stick up for myself and have a backbone. Like, remember what you love about yourself so that you can give that love for yourself to other people, and then people can love you for those things that you love about yourself. Does that make sense? I think, yeah. So those are my 13 things that I've learned from being alive for 22 years. I was thinking that I might have a bonus tip, but I don't think I do. One thing I do know that I think I wrote down somewhere else is, here's my bonus tip. Tequila isn't a depressant. So when you feel like shit the next day because you drank vodka sodas all night, here's the reason. It's because tequila isn't a depressant, but the rest of the alcohols are. So the one way I've learned to combat my Sunday scaries is to drink tequila the night out. I'm still gonna feel like shit the next day, but at least I won't be sad. I really don't like being sad, you guys. Like, I understand that it's a common feeling that you have to have, but I really, 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 really don't like being sad without having a reason to be sad. It really makes me uncomfortable. So that's my story. I'll see you next time. It's probably gonna be a vlog. I don't know yet, because it's still September 13th, Friday the 13th. This will go out probably next week. Maybe a Thirsty Tuesday or a Thirsty Thursday. Maybe Hump Day Wednesday. Who effing knows? I don't. Wow, the lighting's changing as I'm talking. Kisses to my missus. Don't forget to spill the tea or the tequila. Next time, I'll probably be drinking tequila. Adios. Kisses to my missus. Okay. Bye, bitch. Bye. Look out on Sunday, because your girl's gonna go on an inside look of internships and fashion week and what it's like to be the nice version of Devil Wears Prada. Hell yeah. Whoop whoop.